You're such an asshole.
Oh my, look at the time. Old man bedroom. Man, you can't even see my face when I'm up there. Some people want to see the face, just like porn. Look at that. Porn star Cappy. Here we go. Boobity boo. Scrolling it two-parter here. Hi, I need your help. I am a young man. And I am lost in life. I have professional misguidance along with personal problems. I need an outsider's perspective on, preferably an asshole's perspective. I'm currently a truck driver with no other skills valuable enough to compete with my wage as a truck driver. Want to go back to school. However, the opportunity cost staying as a truck driver versus the financial cost of supporting myself while in school is rather ridiculous and makes it seem not worth taking on the endeavor. This troubles me because I'm unhappy with my current position because of my declining physical health, no social life, no opportunity for career advancements. Those three reasons led me to a perpetual negative frame of mind and what is causing me to reach out for a fresh perspective. My request is to weigh out the options with you between staying or leaving. I also have very troubling personal problems with my family, and I have been told by my friends that I've put myself in my own jail because I'm unable to separate myself from their problems. I'm going to mention you're a foreigner. Very common with immigrants or foreigners, just in general. And look, man, I know. I'll say, can you see America is free? Our country sucks, so that's why we went over there. Try. Here's what it's like. You're going from a crappy country, right? And it's a game that is unfair. You're on a playing field, and whatever the playing field is fine, but the referees are corrupt, and it's not fair. You then come to the United States, all right, and we got relatively fair referees. Things are better here than most other places. I won't grant you that, but the field is covered in snow. And you guys, wherever you come from, are not used to snow. And you go on the field. It's slippery. It's cold. My feet hurt. Oh, this is horrible. It looks so pretty. Like other things in America that look pretty and are horrible. Like, oh my God, I can't navigate the snow. And you're like, well, how do I navigate the snow? You got to navigate the snow. You cannot hold on to the tactics and techniques you did on a regular grass field and then play it in the snow. You got to get boots, and you got to account for the snow. The snow's not going anywhere. And what that means is, whereas, bring your culture, your food, religion, whatever, you bring your culture. Okay, that's fine. You got to play by U.S. cultural rules, though, too. And in the United States, this is where we don't take care of our parents. Our great-great-grandparents voted in Social Security. Their parents voted in, and their parents voted in, increasingly more, to have a welfare state. You pay 40% taxes when you add them all up, and part of that is to take care of the parents. Also in the United States, part of the snowfield you're playing in is independence. Everyone takes care of themselves. Now, in the olden days, we're more of a religious community and there were no baby boomers. You would still take care of your family. But since the culture has decided that the government is going to play a massive and major role, particularly in terms of Medicare and Medicaid and paying for older people's retirements, you're off the hook. I don't care what your cultural rules were from the grass field. You may not like it. It may sound cold. It doesn't change the fact there's snow on the ground. And you guys you got to have a talk with your parents. Unfortunately, it's true. Mom, Dad, work. God, half the time, people are in your situation. Yeah, I busted my ass off, first generation American born, brought up here. My parents brought us here when we were young. I'm like, well, what have they been doing since? Well, I'm living on welfare, not working, not saving for retirement. No, they want me to do it. No, then go back to the grass field. Go back to those rules, because it is an impossible situation to tax their children at 40% to pay the taxes to take care of them, not to mention the real-time welfare recipients, and then also have them not take care of themselves and work, and then have you pay for it out of your private pocket. See what I'm saying? That's the general problem. We'll get to your specific problem later without going into too many details, but that's the general problem. To all the immigrants here, whether you're first generation American, you came over, parents, you were young, your parents need to work. And some immigrant communities get it, like especially East Asian. Like, we're working, and even then, though, they're still like, why aren't you going to take care of your mother? Because you're both doctors and surgeons, Ma and Dad. You're ashamed of me because I merely became a dentist with a pilot's license, no less. What do you mean I got to take care of you? But aside from that, it seems pretty much every other culture, you're going to take care of your mother, right? No. Oh, say, can you see feminism is rife here? Get off your fat ass and get yourself an effing job. Pay your taxes, pay your bills. Don't cheat on my dad. Don't get divorced so we're broken single mom family. Oh, the welfare check bounced. Why is things so expensive? My God, if they taught us economics in class. Oh, say, can you see that asshole on the internet telling me how not to be poor and telling my mom to get a job? That was the real Star Spangled Banner. Just play that when they come in, the immigrants, I mean. And then, the snow on the ground. Oh, yeah, here's some boots. New rules. Looking at you, Mom. I don't speak the language. I mean, you come all the way here to not work, to end up poor. All you got to do is learn to play in snow, man. All you got to do is learn to play in snow. These issues tie into each other. Last, I want to thank you for producing a library of work on YouTube. I frequently reach back into your archives and for insight advice. Yeah, you could just search. You could make quick work of it. And I said, okay, what are these physical problems or what are your family problems? And here's where Alex Patino, a truck driving Latino agent in the field, would come in. The physical problems include poor access to proper nutrition. My truck stops have junk food. They do serve healthier options that are increased in price. I guess you pay more in price. Do you want to pay a medical bill or do you want to pay for good food and have good health? All right. And if you're not paid enough as a truck driver to afford better food, then you are underpaid and should find another truck driving job. But I'm somebody that struggled with my weight prior to this industry. No. Don't you dare. Not me, Ma. Oh. You make the decision now. Don't tell me you can't find an apple. I know what Flying J's are like. You can eat healthy. You struggle. Don't you give me that white girl suburbanite bullshit. Don't you dare. You either choose to eat healthy and get the exercise or you don't. There's no magic. Oh, he might have the magic. Nope, don't. Like if you said, I drive a really remote route in northern Canada and there's just nothing. Okay, you might have me there. Nope. I know Loves. I know Flying J. They have fruits and vegetables. You could drink soda water. You don't have to drink pop. There's your answer. So, no. Struggle weight for this industry. It just becomes incredibly difficult to not touch the. Oh, hang on. Oh, hang on. Do you deserve this? Hang on. You are truly American in this regard. Hang on. Shops only have junk food. They do serve healthier options that are an increase in price, though. But I'm somebody that struggled with my weight prior to this industry. It just becomes incredibly difficult not to touch the proverbial crack, i.e., sugar, junk food, when it's constantly around you. I too identify as a fat, overweight white American woman, filled with pressure, prestige, and privilege. I can't absolutely do anything because I have no agency or control over my body. I am not sentient. I am an NPC. Oh, it doesn't say that. All right, that's enough. Verb gave me that. So F you. Don't you no. No. I don't care. You decide, buddy. You decide. Thought about going to online college. Hang on. There we go. I thought about going to online college and studying accounting like you suggest, but when I look at the starting salaries they're nothing to write home about. I bring this up because it needs to become a whole full-time job to take care of your health while you're trucking. Yes, you don't have enough time in the day to study for something else and worry about your health and to get your job done as a truck driver. Right. So here's what you got to do. You got to save up money as a truck driver, which you should, because I don't remember you saying anything about having kids. All right. And then you go to school and then you work like a part-time gig, security, something that allows you to go to school online. So that's one option, but you should save up the money so you can afford food and all that. Or you make a good go as a truck driver. And just so you know, you think there's a better job out there. There isn't. There really isn't. Truck driving is pretty good. It's about as good as it gets. Right. And Alex Petit, he does. He works out regularly. He does his burpees. He does his exercise. He goes for walks. If they're making you drive 12 to 14 hours a day, tell them no. Find another job in truck. Working an office job. Okay. Yeah. Then you're not driving around all the time. Maybe you got access to better food. No, you do have you have access to good food as a truck driver. You choose not to buy it. All right. So there's that. But when the day comes, it's hard to beat a truck driver's salary or wage. And I don't think going to accounting, and let's just admit it, you are fat and weak. So if you're sitting in an office doing accounting, well, you're still going to go for the fat food and you're not going to work out. So it doesn't matter to me, in my opinion, as far as I can tell. And yeah, you're going to have to start over. Oh, no, I won't make as much as a truck driver. That's because truck drivers are compensated pretty handsomely. You do a real job, no joke about it. But, I'm not going to make 70 grand with my associate in accounting. No, you're not. You are not. And again, I don't know why you need to, because I don't hear about you having kids or nothing. Unless you're giving all your money to your toxic family. Is that it? What if there's a solution? Only there's an easy solution. I bring this up, you don't have enough time in the day, I work 12 to 14 hours a day. Well, stop. Find another trucking job that doesn't require you do that. Adequate sleep is crucial to safety completing my job. I agree. That means I have a choice to make with the few hours I have remaining. Either go for a walk for 2 hours and complete push-ups, squats, body weight stuff. Yes. Or I can study. No. Let's try it this way. You have a good job. Accounting is not going to be any better or more interesting. Matter of fact, it'll be a lot more boring than trucking. Take your legitimate and good profession and job and see if you can make it work by not stuffing your face with chocolate. There's no in between. When I mentioned leaving trucking to go back to school, I was thinking about going into nursing. Nursing, the irony, you're going to go into the health field when you can't not eat sugar. Oh, okay. Huh. My family problems. Okay, here I got to kind of be careful. My family problems consist of being and enmeshed with my family and their issues. My family comes from a foreign place. And one of my siblings and I are first generation born in America. Okay, yeah, very common problem we got here. Yep, you're not alone. We come from a very strict religious background. My dad left when I was a young boy and left our family to struggle. Whose fault is that? I need you to critically realize this. I don't care that your parents come from a foreign country. I don't. Whose fault is that? Is that your fault? It is not your fault. Whose fault is it? It is your dad's fault and also your mother's fault. Why? Your mom chose him. This is not your fault. Therefore, nobody who is at fault here, that would be your mother and dad, deserve any help arising from the problems or to help them get out of the problems from that mistake. I understand the common trope in the red pill sphere today, but my mom truly was the victim in our situation. Yeah, she was a victim. I'll agree. It sounds like your dad was a real douchebag. She still chose him, did she not? My dad's absence as the former dictator and physically and emotionally abuse led to both my sibling and I going buck wild. Okay? Too bad. I don't care if you were young and he left and he was abusive. It's bad. It might explain some things. In the end, you still had a choice. I don't care that you were 14. I remember being a young man. You know how I got out of it? I'm like, I'm not doing this. I am not going to be poor like my parents. I'm also not going to be Christian. Right? You still have the capability to make moral decisions. You can't, boy, you are a good American, man. Man, you're good Zoomer millennial. My parents, in your case, legit. Yes, your parents. And so, did the public schools not teach you not to eat the sugary snacks? Did you not say, wait a minute, I'm going to have to work? I mean, you must have had some logic. You ended up going into trucking. Real legit profession. And this, my dad treated me, that's why we were screwing around. I get it, but at the same time, especially poor people and immigrants, you don't have the luxury with the limited resources you got to say, well, my parents were bad. Yes, they were. And it's where you have to grow up. This is where you had a lot of, like 12-year-olds raised in the family because mom and dad were absolutely worthless. She ended up marrying somebody that we all told her not to, and he turned out to be just like dad. Okay, physically abusive and worse, actually. Really, no kidding. Women search for their father. So let's review this again. Did you put a gun to her head and tell her to marry this guy? No, you warned her not to. She did it anyway. Who's responsible? She is. So far, buddy, you are scot-free on this one. You owe nobody nothing. How do I? She had 2 kids. Hang on. Okay, I could say that. All right. She has 2 special needs kids, and then they got divorced. Bad luck. Unfortunate. Still trying to see how this is your problem. I know maybe you love your sister, and maybe you love your nieces and nephews. Still not your responsibility. Still not your problem. So far, the only thing is that you're weak and you have no self-control over your diet. That's it. It's the only thing you're guilty of in this whole thing. Otherwise, you're working hard in a real job and you haven't screwed up. You came away scot. If anything, it's a Herculean achievement. You stayed on the clean nose path and didn't go the route of your sister. So you are. I'm doing some math. Your parents have been apart now for quite some time. You're an adult now. Many years have passed since that your dad left, right? My mom lived her entire life dealing with my dad's BS. No, she didn't. Not the past significant amount of time since he left. And trying to do her best to rally both my sister and I. I see a human being that has been taking shit for her whole life and nobody's done anything for her. You choose the wrong, unless she was forced by this religion to marry him, she chose the wrong guy. That's her problem. She gets to pay the price. Horrible to see. It isn't right, but it's reality. Um, nobody's done anything for her, and here she is, elderly, is now left with basically nothing. So you're saying that in the time that your dad left, which has been a fair amount of years, she didn't work, she didn't save no money, she didn't have the balls and the courage to cut your sister off and say, no, we're not helping. How much money went into that family that you guys told her not to do? You're also not responsible for. I need to know where the money went. What did she do? Did she work? Dad leaves, right? Normally, the single moms would get jobs. This is where the song, she works hard for the money, boo-doop, boo-doop, so hard for the money. Oh, wait, welfare state. Never mind that song. That song doesn't mean anything more. Now you jumped here a little bit. My mom is at her wedding and dealing with my sister's hard-headed mess and process, and so am I. But now that means, oh, okay, so your sister's getting remarried. I needed that little bit of information. Oh, okay, I see. Okay, all right. I can't say you don't want me to say it. Follow the logic. People got bailed out, right? People who screwed up took other people's money and got bailed out. And now we're like, we don't have any money. Stop giving it to parasites who piss it away. Like, this is a constant, the bad guy or the bad girl, the bad person never pays the price and everybody else has got to pay for it. And they're like, oh, but we don't have the money. We gave it to the parasite. Gee, you think so? I wonder where the money went. She has to work in this old age. It breaks my heart. No, 60s, you can work. And you know what? It should break your heart. This is a very sad story. And it happened to your mom. Your mom does sound as innocent as they come. I still want to point out who she chose to marry. Okay. Um, it breaks my heart, and I feel like I need to do something. I would say maybe your mom needs a little bit of help, but definitely not your sister. And you understand, like, how much help? And are people even capable of being helped? That's why you never give money to charities. They never solve the problem. You never give money to bums. They just blow it on booze. They don't solve their problems. But you let them face starvation and hunger and cold and homelessness, then some people will. Again, where'd you get work ethic, Aaron? Starvation, hunger, poverty, and cold. Never homeless. Made sure I was never homeless. So I think your mom probably could use a little help. Yeah, I agree. That was unfair. No one else. And only in as so far as that woman gets an effing job. She's not a cripple. She's not ancient. And you know what? None of this was your fault. So you don't owe her anything logically, ethically, or principally. Now, out of love and kindness towards your mother, sure. You know? And maybe, hey, Ma, while I'm truck driving, you take care of the house. But mom's working. Mom's working because she has to. What, you think your mom's American-born, Native Americans, not Indian American, I mean Americans, old women Americans here who were brought up in America. What, you think the boomers saved up the money? You know, every boomer is working right now because they didn't save up the money. Wow, your mom's really an American too. She married the wrong guy, got divorced, didn't save any money. Man, I should send you guys an American flag, not the 48 state one. That might have been when like things were kind of okay. We're going to give you a modern day American flag. You truly are the modern American family. But she's working. I feel like I'm responsible for these people. You're not. That's your problem. but they don't want me to allow to help in any way. Good. All right. Maybe there's some moral compunction on their part. Like, yeah, we really screwed that up. Good. You shouldn't. Nor do I feel that it is fair to me to do so. Then you agree. I mean, your dad sounded like just a righteous douchebag. And sure, it's your ma, help her out a little bit as long as she helps out herself. But you're the one with the problem. I don't know what it is with first generation Americans that from I really got to nail down kind of Latino, certainly East Indian, general Asia, not East Asia, but sometimes though too. I don't know what it is. It's not as simple as, well, it's Eastern culture. That doesn't explain the Latino compartment. But you guys got to knock this off, because I've seen enough young men get taken advantage of. And here, at least your family, here, I think there's a little bit of genuine love, or at least concern or honesty. We're like, no, you don't, this is not, you didn't cause this. So that's good to see. But man, for every one of you, I see 4 or 5 moms giving the guilt trip. But don't you love your mom? You're a slut and a whore. You left dad. You came here. You had more kids you could afford. You didn't work. We've been off in college this entire time, and you've been playing pickup sticks watching Telemundo soap operas. You ain't even Spanish. ¿Por qué, Antonio? ¿Por qué? Like, I know Antonio screwed some up. How you watch it? He's from Bangladesh. Ah, Carmen, ¿qué pasa? Oh, Esteban. Juanita. Dun, dun, dun. Somebody, I should direct one of those. Paquito. Sí. Estoy Esteban y mi tío Rafael. ¿Qué pasa? I don't know why his nephew and uncle is in the shot. I don't know. Good looking guys. And help. They don't want to allow me to help in any way. Good. Nor do I feel it's fair to me to do so. But that leaves perpetual guilt, and I'm in my own jail because of it. Sucks to be you. Like, dude, is it an element of you guys being pussies and like, oh my God, I'm failing as a man? That's another reason why we have snow on the field and you don't. Women are independent here now. And you cannot hold on to these archaic, well, they're not archaic from your culture. They're honorable and good, frankly. But old school patriarchy, like you are responsible to help your women folk, essentially. Not in the United States. No, snow on the field. Definitely not when it comes to helping out female relatives. They get all the assistance and oh my God. And, and you may not like that. You may find that disagreeable with your culture. It doesn't change. That's the snow that's on the field. And there's an adequate welfare state to help out your sister. So I could see from a cultural, even a biological, like it's hardwired into you to want to take care of your family. And maybe I should be a little more lenient where it's like, okay, you want to take care of your family because you literally just got here. Whereas me being a Native American, being born here and ensconced in it for several generations, I got it loud and clear. Yeah, I'm not taking care of my parents and you women don't need me. Got it. Message loud and clear. Won't help you. Ooh, look, a video game on discount. But you just got to get over that biological conditioning or traditionalism or genetics or whatever it is that's compelling you to feel guilty and not. And, it's hard to change genetics and instinct and feelings and emotions. You just can't flip a switch. But the next best thing you can do is make sure you don't act on them. Don't give them money. Sounds like you need your own money. If you want to go and get another college degree, but you don't have the money because you didn't save up the money, where's it going? What's your personal financial situation? Did you just give them all this money? And what did it do? Did it help anything? Probably didn't. But that leaves perpetual guilt in my own. Because if it were up to me, I would go pursue a career in comedy, knowing that doesn't pay anything. But because of family issues, no. Other family members' mistakes. That's not you put apostrophe at family. That's not part of, you're not part of that. I mean, you're part of that family, but that's not, no. Other family members' mistakes. I feel trapped in this cycle of having to make a lot of money for the fear of a storm coming and blowing their house down. You're not responsible for their house. Here's another thing. Let me ask you this, from the culture you came from, if you were on the grass field, okay, with those rules, and you told the family told the sister you're not marrying this guy, would that be enforced because of the religious rules or the cultural rules of your country? But you come here in the United States, don't you tell me what to do. Oh. Okay. Oh, gee, single mom. Wow. No one saw that coming. Well, here's your fine welfare state to bail you out. I mean, really. So that right there, like, I'd be pissed when I get disrespected like that. When I've told different family members, like, comments, hey, don't do that bad thing you're about to do. Shut up, you, which is how my family talked. Okay, have fun. Oh, you were right. Oh, and what's great, my family never asked me for help. They know not to. They know not to. If they're left with nothing as the last man in the film, I feel obligated to rescue him. I don't know what to do. Well, get over it. You do know that if you keep bailing people, look, I don't know where you live, but if you live in a large metro, there should be a tent city. Go walk there. Those people are no different than your family. We're all human. And most people, especially in America, when given the choice, will be lazy. They'll live in a tent as long as they don't have to work. And then when you give them a little bit of money for the poor, you just perpetuate them, just kept them alive longer. Nothing has changed. You know, we've spent, it depends on how you want to measure it, between 30 and $50 trillion fighting poverty in America. Now we got more of it than we ever did before. All we did was enable people to be lazy. That's all you're going to do. And the best way to cure poverty or have people solve the problems is to have them bear the full cost and burden of their mistakes. So there's nothing I could do to change your emotional or cultural or even genetic hardwiring. I can't make your feeling to help your family, the guilt go away. I can't. All I can tell is that if you look at it logically and look at it practically, not only have you not helped them so far, I don't know if you give them money, but this problem has not been resolved. If you still help them, the problem will still not be resolved. And the only consequence will be that you are poor and you have ruined your life. Hey, we came to America to piss it away. So you don't know what to do, all right? Maybe you're not capable of emotionally overcoming your emotions with logic or reason. So what you do is you set a policy. I am not helping anyone. And it goes against what you want to do. You know, this also probably ties into self-control and self-discipline. You can't not eat the food. Dude, if you don't make these changes, it's over. You're just going to be a slave to people's mistakes. You're not going to have your own life, and you're going to have a miserable life. And your life may not be that long. I mean, forget your family problems. If you don't have self-control and discipline to like override your instincts and do what intelligent humans do and do the right thing, then there's no hope for you. So if you don't knock it off with eating junk food and Mountain Dew at truck stops, well, this is going to be moot and academic. You might be dead before they're homeless. So for your own sake, for the fact of the sake that there's a reality you have to deal with, and if you don't deal with that reality, you will just make things worse. That should be at least the logical frontal cortex, frontal lobe thinking part that compels you to make the right decisions in these cases and get over your guilt. Never erode the guilt. I mean, it's no different than dieting. Like right now, what would I like to? I would love nothing more than to go get some chocolate chip pancakes, just soaked in maple syrup with as much butter as there is pancakes, and get myself a big thing of potato hash browns. Just a little bit of salt. A little bit of salt. Not going to do it. Why? Because it's bad for me. and it's not going to get me where I want to go. And you don't know. You do know what to do. You do. You lack the balls and the courage, and that's why I do think people are pussies. I can't leave my. I can't convey bad news to family. Whoa! You want me to write a book for you? How to do that? F off by Aaron Clary. Goodbye, family. You can come hang out with me according to my terms and rules. Yes, I got plenty of money. No, I ain't giving none of you. The sequel. So there you go. All right. I gotta go get some food. No carb food. And so the title toxic, I don't, your sister's toxic, obviously, but not your mom. So you can help your mom as far as holding her up to standards and insisting she gets work, and she go talk to a financial planner. Like, I'll tell you this right now, your mom's going to work up based on life expectancy. She's going to work easily up to 3 years until her death. And it's going to be good for her because she'll go out, get exercise, meet people. She's not obviously not going to be a truck driver, but she could go work. Dude, they're paying $20 an hour to do entry-level stuff because the younger generation don't work nothing. Scott, $5. Tell him to go hazmat and deliver fuel. I make $90,000 doing it for the last year. But Florida? You don't want to drive in Florida? What's wrong with Florida? I know the traffic is horrible. People drive for crap down there. But yeah, I think that's another solution. I don't know why he's doing 12 to 14 hours. Oh, because they keep telling me to. Tell your boss to F off. Go find another job. Say, I'm not doing more than whatever is standard. 8, 10. Okay, do you do 3 12s? Is that what you do? 3 14s? Then you get your 4 days off? I'm wondering how much of this is, though, your corporate cocksucker, like, oh, look at this guy. He's a foreigner, fresh off the boat. I could take advantage of him. Lar, 57, $2. This boomer retired at age 56, blue collar job. There you go. Good man. Are you really a boomer, though? Are you really truly a boomer if you saved up enough for retirement? I don't think you can be. I think you get promoted to World War II generation. I don't think a boomer that has adequate, like, you actually retire, you got enough money saved up for retirement. I'm sorry, so I don't think you can be called a boomer. You have to be promoted to World War II generation. Glenn Lawrence, $5. Cappy, if you need an intro for anything, all you have to do is let me know. I didn't know you did that. I produced that in Creed. Oh, that's right. Yeah. Yeah. Glenn, you want to, don't spend too much time on it. I mean, unless you got a really clever idea. I could use an intro for Cappy's originals or a Cappy original. Just gotta, I'm thinking like something like a Cappy original. I don't know. Whatever you got. I got nothing else. So anything's better than nothing. By the way, everyone, go check out Glenn's show. Subscribe to his channel. Glenn, were you able to set down the junk food at the truck station? Were you able to not eat the score bar? There you go. All right, that's it. Cappy got to go get some no carb food. No carb food, because that's what I want. Link below is, I think, Bachelor Pad Economics. I'm not sure. All right, see you guys later, tools.